This right here is Razer's latest and greatest Blade 14. You still can't shave with it, but it's an amazingly thin gaming notebook with the most notable addition for this year being a brand new sexy screen for the 2014 edition. Oh, it dropped. No, I didn't. I got it. It's okay.
It's half an inch off the table.
So let's quickly do a physical tour of the device's aluminum unibody. Unfortunately, for a gaming laptop, it's missing an Ethernet port, although, you can, of course, pick up a USB-based one. So, if you're spending this much on a notebook, the extra $25 probably isn't that big of a deal. But at least they went with a nice high-end Intel wireless AC chip that also does Bluetooth 4.0. And I got some pretty darn good performance out of it, too. Internal spec-wise, we've got a 2.2 gigahertz Core i7-4702GQ quad-core that turbos up to 3.2 gigahertz. This is paired up with 8 gigs of DDR3L memory and a GTX 870M with 3 gigs of GDDR5, which is a huge improvement over the last generation GTX 765M. SSD storage is taken care of by a 128, 256, or 512 gig SSD, and that is the only thing that you can change on the Razer Blade when you order it. That's it. You cannot change the RAM capacity, unfortunately. Something that I should mention is that the power brick, just like last time, is an amazingly engineered little piece of hardware. At 150 watts, it charges the 70 watt-hour built-in battery fairly darn quickly and is extremely compact while doing it. So now it's time to open it up and get to the really good stuff. The keyboard is well laid out and satisfyingly clicky. It's backlit with 20 levels of illumination, and actually every single key can be individually programmed using Razer's software that comes pre-installed on the device with no other sort of horrendous junkware, which is nice to see. The trackpad also has an excellent feel, despite the slightly narrow buttons, and a nice clicky sound that I'm not necessarily used to seeing on my trackpad buttons, but I quite like on this one. So I think we've gone through everything else, and there's only one thing left to talk about: the screen. For the last gen Blade 14, my main complaint was the screen, which suffered from brutal color shift from different viewing angles. In this generation, the screen is much better with better color and wider viewing angles. Oh, and I should probably mention the resolution. This baby is rocking a 3200 by 1800 resolution screen, which is QHD plus territory. It's not quite 4K, but honestly, Windows would be even more unmanageable with its text scaling if they managed to put that kind of a screen in a 14-inch form factor. I mean, we're already talking 262 pixels per inch, which is higher than a MacBook Pro with a Retina display. Not only that, but it's a 10-point capacitive multi-touch screen. It's responsive, and honestly, from my perspective, makes a ton of sense in a laptop. My issue with touchscreens on the desktop is that you're sitting so far away that your arms will get fatigued by reaching out that far in front of you. With a laptop, I find it very convenient to be able to casually scroll through menus or press buttons where it would have taken longer to go down and use the touchpad, navigate a cursor there, and click the button. So this is it. The latest iteration of Razer's thinner than a dime, although they cheat, they put the dime on its side. Thinner than a dime gaming notebook. It's very sexy, it's powerful, it's not really a game changer, but they've made some smart improvements in the right areas, most notably the screen and that GPU, which they've managed to keep from throttling if it's running on a flat surface, even on a fairly warm day. Incredibly impressive. Love this machine. If only its love didn't cost so much to get in return. And my microphone fell. The microphone fell before I could make my joke about its expensive love. It was a sex trade joke, very tasteless. Anyway, guys, like this video if you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this from ncix.com. Look how small it is.